Good guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're cracking on with a new project, something German, rather than the Jap stuff what we normally do, as in the Skyline and the Honda. We're still not finished the Honda, waiting on the ECU to get back because that had to be sent off to get the immobilizer taken off, but check that out in another video. We've done 2 videos on that one, so go check them out if you haven't seen it. We put a K20 in it, I'll show you later. But we got my mate Alan's Golf GTI here. He had it for 2 weeks, 2013 the model. It's been remapped to 280 brake horsepower. He started getting a misfire, changed the spark plugs, done the go plugs, didn't fix it, done a compression test, low compression. I'll wang those videos up now, the compression test, which makes you happy. Does not. But you can imagine him having it 2 weeks and it's got a burnt piston. But yeah, we've done a compression test and then we put a bit of oil down and the compression went up. So basically it's the rings, not the head, we believe. So he's got a new engine for that. So we're going to swang that in here. We've got to get that one out first, obviously. And stick a new engine in it and hopefully we're all good. What I do know on these, the timing chains are a pain in the ass. So that'll be fun. Let's crack on. And obviously we're becoming a bit of experts on Volkswagens now because we've done the T5. That's pretty much ready to rock and roll. So now we're Volkswagen experts. What's this compression? What's the compression on a Golf GTI? Cylinder 3. Yeah, it's because you have a coil packs on, isn't it? But it was still only 5 psi. But then we're disconnecting the coil packs, obviously. Right, now I'm disconnecting the coil packs. We won't actually run the engine. Go for it, Alahan. All the other 3 are good, we tried them. Yeah, it's still at 5. Kaput. Do a wet test, see if the rings are fried. Right, we stuck a tablespoon of oil down the cylinder to do a wet compression test. Let's go for it, Alahan. We don't want it to change, basically, else it means the rings are fried. Oh, shit. It went to 7, Alan. Go for it, put a bit more oil in, just see if we get any more compression. Yeah, got the 8 this time, Alan. First, let's move the Skyline forward because we know we don't like throwing engines at the Skyline. We'll move this one down a bit so we've got some room. Spectacular start to the project. Went and opened the bonnet, wouldn't open. Pulled it a bit harder, you know, because of the stupid little lever thing. The little lever thing broke. So I've got the cable off, trying to pull that, still can't open the bonnet. So I've took half the bumper off. We've got to do that anyway to take the engine out. Half the bumper's off. Obviously all the arch liners are out, under trays off. Trying to get to that latch on the bonnet. We have got the bonnet open 3 hours later. Get the bumper off, Samwell. Just disconnects everything. Managed to get the rad support off. Just chuck that by the back, yeah. And get the engine mounts out and crack on. Crashing through it now, we've got the bloody bonnet open, look. Radiator supports off. Obviously all that's off. What we need to do now basically is the downpipe, 2 drive shafts, and that's pretty much it. Lift it up, pull it forward. Okay, my little beauties, it's the next day. All we've got to do now to pull the engine is there's a dog bone at the back going onto the subframe to the gearbox, and I need to drop the oil, and that's it. And we got 6 bolts, I believe. 3 here, 3 here. Get the hoist on there, drop it down, pull it straight out. Let's do it. Just crack the engine bolts, take the weight now, and then we can whip it out. Yay, engine out. So we need to get the other one built now and wang it in. Steal all these parts off it. This has got a Go-Far turbo, which is great. It's obviously got a Go-Far front bumper, Go-Far exhausts at the back, and a couple of other Go-Far bits. So this is probably why it blew up, because it's got all extra bits on it, but stock engine. But you don't want to upgrade anything, so we're not going to. Right, I've most of the engine disassembled, and we have the brand new second-hand block and a new head, second-hand. So wang that on, put the new turbo on, or the old turbo. Completed it. Anahan. We have done a thing, new water pump, heads on, torque down, and that's it. Alan cracking on, look. He's got his own turbo on his own car. Such a mechanic.
Rock on.
We need to get the clutch off this thing.
No clutch.
Well, it's a clutch still. This is an automatic, but it's still got a clutch, isn't it?
No clutch, is it?
No, it's got an automatic gear clutch. And then put that gearbox on that thing. And then take the cams out of that one, because it didn't come with cams at the head. The cams should be good. Put them on that one. Put the valve cover on.
Send it.
Do the timing, which is going to be fun, which apparently is really easy on these cars. And then put the engine in. Easy. Cracking on again. We have took off the valve cover, obviously. We're taking out we took the cams off. But you're using these cams, obviously didn't get new cams with a new head. We took the cams out. We're putting the hydraulic lifters in and what they're called now, those little bits. And then we've got to try and figure out how to get the timing chain done. We've not got the tool to get these off. So we're going to try and put the chain on that way and then put them on. But if it don't work, we'll get the tool somehow. We don't know anybody who's got the tool. We don't want to buy it because we're too tight where Alan is. See what happens. We have done a thing. We believe it is all correct anyway. Timed a GTI engine. We won't celebrate yet because it might blow up when we start it, but we'll see. We weren't going to say anything about this, but we had to take all the timing back off again because we ended up moving this bloody crankshaft to see if it span round without putting the bloody harmonic balancer on, which is also got teeth on it. So we've got to take it all apart again and put it all back in top dead centre. Awesome. Right. Retimed it again. Cranked it over to check to see if the timing marks line up. They don't. So we've got to redo it again. Third time. These Golf GTI engines are a joke. Right, we've done it. We think. We're just going to send it. We timed it 30,000 times. Literally 2 afternoons we've done this. So how many hours? About 8 hours. 8 hours of bloody messing with a stupid GTI engine. We don't know if it's timed. We think it is. We're just going to put it in the car and start it and see what happens. We spin it round by manually with a crank and nothing hits, so see what happens. This one's pretty much done. All we need to do is put the gearbox on. But out of curiosity, and we want to move this out of the way because we need to get the engine in front of the car. We're going to whip the head off this and see what's actually wrong with the bottom end and maybe the burnt valves on the head. We don't know. We'll have a look. Taking them off, Sam. We've took all the head bolts out. Oh, it doesn't look that bad at the minute. Maybe turn the head upside down so you can look at all the sides. Turn it onto its sides. Any burnt valves?
Bit crusty on that one.
Cylinder fraying at that one, so it looks alright. That looks manky. But yeah, we'll turn the cylinders over and see if we can find some problemos. Engine's going back in. We have got the new harmonic balancer bolt on and the auxiliary belt on, and just put the last final gearbox bolt in at the bottom there, which we couldn't get to when it was on the floor. Stick it in, make it work. We have an engine in a car without being held up with an engine hoist. Plumb it all in, start it up. It is ready for priming. We're not going to start it straight away. We're going to let the oil go around it. It's not a new built engine, but stuff's dry. We want it all lubricated. Neutral, it's an automatic.
It might be in fucking, you don't know.
It's got water in there, so we're just going to check for leaks and then change it for coolant after. Prime. Yeah.
Neutral, yeah?
Yeah, baby. Hey? Seems alright, Alhan.
What did you just change then?
Just put the coil plugs in.
Oh, why don't you do that?
Go.
Go for it, Al. No, that worked. Hey! Alhan, are you happy? We've done a thing. Right, boys, that is this car pretty much wrapped up. I am going to just do the last of it. We've done all the drive shaft and all that in yesterday. Put new lower bore joints on the lower control arms, if you can see them. Bosh, we've got another one to do on this side. I've got 2 new drop links as well because I had to cut these out of the anti-roll bar because they won't come out. Same as the, see there's a lower bore joint I've got to do. But other than that, I've got to put all that together, put the arch liners on, stick the bumper back on, the headlights back on, And I think that's pretty much it. Send it. But yeah, the engine's running all nice now. Obviously, regards to the old engine that came out of this, obviously it had low compression on cylinder 3. I looked at all the engine, obviously I showed you the video just then. The cylinder walls are fine, so it's probably just a ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually, once I've done all this and finished the Honda, that bloody thing, is change the rings on that engine, buy a head gasket kit, a timing kit, build that engine, maybe sell it or put it, or maybe find a Golf GTI for sale that's got a blown engine in and buy it, fix it and sell it. But that's what's next anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to wang this together now, show you the last little bit. It's back on the floor. Obviously everything's all on. I'm not put the arch liners and stuff on yet because I don't want to put everything on and then take it for a test drive and something's leaking and I've got to take bits off. But and also with the bonnet latch, we still haven't fixed that. I've just shoved it down there. Basically this thing here has been changed. This is like the bit that connects to there. That bit basically snapped in it, so we couldn't open the bonnet when we first started, remember that? But it's still really tight, even though you connect it, it's still really tight to unlatch the bonnet. We've WD-40'd the crap out of this, but it's still just too tight, so I don't want to shut the bonnet, so I'm just going to latch it in a minute, just go for a drive down the road and see if anything's all good, which fingers crossed it should be. Let's have a go at it. Okay, he's all running. Seems to be all right to me. Got a few lights on the dash, but obviously we've had everything apart, so we're going to have to clear codes and stuff, stabilisation control and stuff because it's been in the air. Seems alright. I don't know why the fan's on. Obviously the coolant needs to be bled. Send it on the road, shall we? Drives alright. Yeah, baby. Bosh. Completed it. Drives all good. Checked from underneath, there's no leaking, so we're happy with that. Obviously got to do the bonnet clip thing, but I'm waiting for Sam to do that because it's really boring. And I'm going to swap the water now for coolant because we figured out when there's no leaks. Check the oil level for the final time. Maybe give it a wash, but I might just leave that for Alan. But yeah, that's it for this one. Completed that. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me know in the comment section what you're thinking. And obviously we got a spare Golf GTI engine now, so we can put that in something or sell it, whatever. Like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time, guys.